Hey guys, how are you? Welcome. I am excited to talk to you today, and we're going to talk about something that I hear people say, and this is really related to this idea. I titled this live, Which Matters More, Your Business Dreams or Your Family? And we know, right? Like our family matters more, but does that mean that we have to give up our business, what we want to do with our business? Does that mean we have to give up our dreams? And I'm going to speak to that today because I think that as I talk to women and talk to moms who have these big dreams, they sometimes are coming up against some things, um, different thoughts, different beliefs that are holding you back. And so I want to get to the heart of that. Um, if you're new to me, my name is Chanel Nielsen. I help moms with an online business to organize their day so they can streamline and simplify at home and at work. So, one thing that I see coming up with people is that they really believe that it has to be hard. And I think that that makes sense because that's kind of what we're told. There's a really big influencer who you may follow or read her books, um, who talks about hustle. Like she says, I'm the hardest worker there is. I work, I work, I work, I work. She has 4 kids. I remember reading, I think it was in 2019, she did something like 70 keynote speeches. Well, generally for a keynote speech, you're probably going to have to travel. Maybe she didn't have to travel for everyone, but that alone is like probably traveling every week. And that wasn't her main job, you guys. That was like a side thing that she was doing. Um, and recently it came out that she's getting divorced, and I'm sad for her, and I certainly don't claim to know everything about her marriage and her family. However, I will say that for me, if I were putting in, traveling every week and putting in 60 to 80-hour work weeks while trying to be there for my family, I don't think I could be the mom that I wanted to be. And yet we have this idea that it has to be hard. We have to hustle. We have to put in this time. And these are things that I hear, like either that I can't do it because I don't have the time and I don't want that for my family, or I have to do it this way or else my business won't work and I won't see the results that I want. Um, this idea that you have to sacrifice everything. Now, I will say that on the mom track, the way that I see it, sometimes we are going to make sacrifices. Um, but for me, what those sacrifices look like is just going a little slower, but still going in my business. And that's okay with me. Like I have decided, and that's the most crucial piece of this. You want to decide ahead of time, like what do I want my life to look like? This is a choice. Like you get to say, what do I want for my future? What am I looking to build? Am I looking to build a business where I don't get to spend time with my family? Am I hoping that, by putting in the time now, I will get to spend time with my family? And maybe that's a strategic move that you make. But the point here is that you have to be intentional and choose what you want without getting carried away, without letting the more important things be at the mercy of the less important things. Um, so, some limiting beliefs. I see people come to me with some of these beliefs. One of these is that success is equal to hustle, is equal to hard, is equal to burning yourself out. Like, success means more hours, more time at work, late nights, staying up way past the kids have gone to bed, being tired and cranky the next morning, putting yourself last because you've got this business and you've got these kids, and not taking that time for yourself. Another belief that I see that people have is that working more hours means that you make more money, and that is not true. So I want you to hear that because in the online space, in what we are doing, working more hours does not necessarily equal working making more money. And I hope that that's a freeing thought for you, because what it means is if you do it right, if you do the right activities, if you focus on the things that are the most important, then you can see results without putting in all those hours. Um, so that's a concept called Eat the Frog. Brian Tracy wrote a book about that concept, and the idea of that is this: you take the things, you look at your life, you look at your day, what are the things that if I did them are going to make a difference today? And sometimes we don't spend our energy and our time on those things. Like, I'll give an example. So back when I had the podcast, um, one of the things that I did is that I learned that, okay, if you want to be found in Google and you want higher search engine SEO, right? SEO is search engine optimization, and you want to be able to be found on Google. So one of the ways that you can do that is to type out your my podcast episode, which is what I was doing. So to get that transcribed and then to put it on my website so that people could search for each podcast episode. Then, because now I have a blog, because I'm doing this with my podcast. Okay, well, now I need pictures. Well, I also need Pinterest. I also need, captions for all of the things. It grew and it grew and it grew. Was that leading toward the result that I needed? Was that the one frog or the one result that I needed to spend my time on to get the result of growing my podcast? No, it wasn't. It was an extra thing that kind of took me away from my purpose, but it seemed important. I heard it was important, and I was trying to do all the things. I was trying to put in more time, thinking if I put in more time, if I do all these things that people say are important, if I make my website beautiful, if I hire a designer to do my website, or hire someone to do my Pinterest, or spend lots and lots of time doing it myself, then automatically my podcast will grow. Instead of stepping back, what I needed to do was take a few steps back and come up with a business strategy and figure out, okay, what are the things that if I do them, I will get the result that I want? And specifically, what is the result that I want? That also carries over into our family. If your result that you want in your home, in your family, is a super clean house, then guess what? You need to wake up every morning and you need to scrub everything down, and you need to, keep on doing that all day because the kids are making messes all day. Is that the result that you want? And if not, then maybe you can lighten your burden a little bit by not being so concerned about the cleanliness of your baseboards. Whatever that looks like for you, you need to be focused on the result. What is the result? And then how do you take those steps to get there? One other thing I want to talk about with this idea of hustling mentality, this idea of how do I, what's more important to me, my business or my family? Well, they both are. So how can I do both? One of the ways that I want you to think about this is shift into a mindset of allowing things to happen. That example that I gave with the podcast and with me trying to do the transcription and do all these things and hustle, hustle, hustle. Sometimes we get into this mentality of forcing, of like, I have to do all these things. I want this to happen so bad, so I am going to, bust it out. I'm going to work so hard. I'm going to put in all the hours. When really, we can actually allow things to happen for us. We can, and this is kind of where faith comes in. We can pray and ask God, what is the most important thing to get me to my result? And be in this space of co-creation with God. He knows what we need to do in our business. He knows what our kids need. He knows what our marriage needs. And when we turn to Him and ask Him, and this is actually a practice that I do, in my morning journaling and in my morning session, like, what do you need me to do today? And I ask Him, and sometimes He's kind of quiet and I don't hear a lot. And I say, okay, well, these are the things I'm planning on doing. Let me know if there's other things. And sometimes I don't hear much and I proceed with my plan. But sometimes I get a very clear message of what I need to do. And I believe that God is involved in the details of our lives, and that includes our business. Um, that includes those business dreams that He has given to us that we need to act on. Um, okay, so I got kind of off on a sidetrack there, but one of the things that we need to work on here is letting go of doing all the things, and don't worry so much about doing it all, but instead do what matters. Um, we want to make sure that the places that we're spending our time are really adding value in our business. That means financial value. That means, are we doing the activities in our business that actually bring in revenue, as opposed to just trying to do something because we heard it was a good idea, or trying to build up our Instagram followers because we want to look like we have a lot of people following us. Let go of some of those things so you can focus on the things that bring in money in your business, and then on the flip side, that build relationships in your family. um, this means that you need to become a little more innovative, a little more intentional, a little more creative, um, because if you draw a line in the sand and you say, okay, my family is most important, but my business also matters to me, and I'm going to do both, but I'm not willing to sacrifice my kids' growing up years. Like, I'm not. So that means you need to get a little creative. How can I do more with less time? How can I really fit in those things? And it's going to look a little different for everyone. But that creativity piece, that figuring that out part, that knowing that that matters, really will turn on that switch for you to get creative. Like, I'm going to give myself this amount of time. This is all I have to work on my business. And that's when you really drill down on doing what's important, because you are setting boundaries around how much you're willing to spend, how much time you're willing to spend building your dream. So, what is available to you? Running a business on your terms. That is something that you get to choose. And that's really the beauty of online business. You get to say how it goes, you get to say how you're going to do it. And you get to say, no, I'm not going to go do 70 keynote presentations in a year. Like, I'm not going to work 60 to 80-hour work weeks. That's not what I want. That's not the kind of mom I want to be. And that's okay. You're allowed to say that. You're allowed to see success while you're prioritizing your family. And that prioritization shows in how you decide to spend your day, how you decide to spend your time. And I just want to leave you with this thought that that is a choice, that you get to choose that. And if it seems impossible, like, but it's all important, but I need to do these things in my business, then that's where I can help you. My next group starts in April. And what we will do is sit down and work to simplify your day. We're going to simplify your home systems. We're going to simplify your business. We're going to cut out the things that aren't really serving you. And I know that can be painful. Um, some of the things that we're doing that aren't really seeing results, we like doing, and it can be hard to delegate. It can be hard to get rid of. It can be hard to let go. But that is what's going to help you to have this freedom to put your family over your business, and to still feel good in both places and still feel in alignment. So, like I said, Mompreneur Life Made Simple starts in April. I would love to have you join me. That is a small group coaching program where we can really drill down on these things together. There is a link. Go ahead and click that and apply, and you can learn a little bit more about the program and then apply, and we'll hop on a call and see if you're a good fit for that. So I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day, and we'll see you later. Bye.